Pace counting, knowing how far you have gone. Why do I need to pace count? It's relatively easy to do. It helps to keep you from stopping early or late. And if you don't have an obvious features around the control site, you may not know when to start looking for the control. Finding a test distance on a map is important. Using the map, find a known distance, such as 100 meters, so that you can then figure out the number of paces it takes to go that distance. The distance between here and here on the map is 1 centimeter. Use the scale on your compass to find the distance in centimeters on the map. In this case, the distance between the trail and being opposite the big boulder, this is the trail, this is opposite the big boulder, measured 1 centimeter. This map is a 1 to 10,000 map, so that means the distance between the trail and the place on the road opposite the boulder is 100 meters. The math is 1 centimeter equals 0.01 meters. 0.01 meters times 10,000 equals 100 meters. If your map has a different scale, you have to use a bit of math. With a scale of 1 to 5,000, 1 centimeter equals only 50 meters. So 0.01 meters times 1 centimeter, 0.01 meters times 5,000 would be 50 meters. If you want to have 100 meters for your pace count test, you would need to have 2 centimeters on the map. How do you use this information? You need to count your paces to see how many you need to go this 100 meters. You want to count them at your normal pace in the woods. In this case, the distance is on a dirt road, and you might be able to take longer strides here as compared to the woods. Therefore, don't stretch out your stride. And how do you count paces? The easiest method for most brains is to count every time either the right or the left foot hits the ground. If you count every step, you have to count too fast. Most numbers after the first 12 have 2 or 3 syllables. For the single syllable numbers, you can add the word and make it work. For the first 12 numbers, you'd say to yourself 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and etc. This would correspond to your feet coming down right, left, right, left, right, left, etc. When you have 2 or 3 syllable words, you omit the and. If you have a number like 21, 20 would be the right foot and 1 would be the left foot. Oh, this sounds complicated. It really is not complicated. It often becomes second nature. I hear of people who are just walking along a trail and find themselves already up to some random number like 51 and find that they've been counting paces even when they aren't orienteering. Let's see how it works in reality.
Here's the boulder. There's a little snow around it because there's some snow around here in New England in the month of January. You can still orienteer in the amount of snow we have, or you maybe even go ski orienteering. But I'm going to talk about my paces here. So here is the dirt road which we're talking about, and I'm going to start off with my run. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. And here's the little road coming up. It's more easily seen when there is no snow on the ground. It's an old tractor tread. Anyway, 52 steps or paces were the distance which I went. When you do this yourself, you're probably going to not count out loud. So you count to yourself, and so therefore you don't need to worry about breathing as much.
Breathing and counting. You may have heard me get out of breath as I was running and counting. Don't worry, you'll not be counting out loud, so this technique does not affect your running at all. You can count to yourself as you run. But things are never that simple. Your pace count will vary with different conditions. If you're going uphill, you won't go as far each step as on the level. The same is true if you're in rough terrain. So you have to make adjustments. Going uphill or in rough terrain, while it is an approximation, adding an extra step often works. To do this, you have to make adjustments to your counting. For single syllable words like two, you would say two and a. 3 syllables, 3 paces. For 2-syllable words like 20, you would say 20 and, again, 3 paces. For 3-syllable words like 21, just say all the syllables.
This is going up a slight hill, and so I'm going to show how you do the 3 count. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 and 41, 42, 43.
Here we have right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's the way we were doing it on the level. When we got to larger numbers, right, left, right, left, right, left, 12 and 13, 14, 15. We're going up or uphill or in slower terrain, we have right, left, right, left, right, left, 1 and 2 and 3 and or right, left, right, left, right, left, 30 and 31, 32. It's not actually all that difficult. Pace count going downhill is difficult. Your stride may be longer or shorter depending on the steepness. You should experiment in varied terrain to get a good idea of what your pace count is in various conditions. Oh, and as you age, meaning you go downhill, you may have to adjust your pace count as well. At 60, you don't run like your 20-year-old self. It's also hard to say 123 quickly while it isn't relatively easy to say 23 quickly. Therefore, it's best to count to 100 and then reset your count to 0. It's relatively easy to remember how many hundreds you've gone. As you do your pace counting, realize it is only an estimate, and in the woods things are not perfect. When your control is 200 meters away, start looking for your control when you have a pace counted 180 meters and realize it might be that you have to take 200 meters worth of paces to get there. Most orienteering is not on the level and in a park. You can be pretty precise counting to 100 meters, a little less so when you're going 200 meters. 300 meters of pace counting is getting to the limit of your precision. Also remember that if you're following a compass bearing, there may be an error in that too. Going to that kind of distance, you probably need another attack point. For more information, Orienteering USA has more information about orienteering. You can find them on Orienteering USA website, either by Google Orienteering USA or go to HTTPS. You know how to do that. I don't need to say it.